My name is Chad Christensen. I'm the owner of Chair Films. And behind me, you see a cooking set. And I was called last week with the project to film a chef, but what they didn't tell me it was the White House chef. So here's what I did. I needed to project down upon his pots and pans, and I'd never done that before. So I thought about things, and I knew that there's aluminum trusses, and I just decided I'm going to find a way to attach a camera to shoot down on his pots and pans. So this is the explanation of how I did that. You see behind me the projection right here where it's on his pots and pans, and of course, you know, here's the set of him doing his thing.
Cooking's really easy when you get somebody else to do it. It's just like that. Now, I had the chance to work with two unique families for 11 years, and really there were thousands and thousands of great stories. We got to see them on days when the headlines were bad, or there's been a dilemma like 9/11, headlines are going poorly, policy is not being done.
I wanted to provide this for anybody else who's going to do these shows so that you have an idea how to successfully film this incredible chef that worked for the White House for 11 years. And it was an honor to do it. We had a lot of fun. Turned out great. I'm going to show you now how I attached the camera to the aluminum truss. What I did was I took a Matthews clamp and just decided that that would work. But I also took a silk clamp, which has the attachment for video camera. So what my first conundrum was is that if I have this like this, I have no way to, this is kind of loose. So what I decided to do is I went to Home Depot and I was able to get 5/8 rubber tubing that's pretty rigid. And then they also had some flexible tubing. So I created a little thing that worked really well. Let me show you how that goes. So in essence, I just MacGyvered this together. But it took me a little while to figure it out, so I just want to share it with you. I just took a silk clamp and then this methylene like this. So there you have it. That's what you would attach to the aluminum truss. And then what I did is I rented a small compact Sony. This is a high-def camera, and this actually fit between the truss. So if you wanted to do skirting, you could. So you obviously have to take this off. With this rigging, this camera can fit between a 12-inch aluminum truss, and I think at the next show they want to hide all of the aluminum trussing with some skirting, so that'll help you accomplish that. Now what I had to do is, in order to orient the film, the way they want it on screen is where his hands are coming down to the pots. So in order to orient that, once you're on stage, I had to put it within inside the truss, which was kind of tricky, and I'll show you that right now. The resort I work for sometimes schedules things very tight, and I had like 10 minutes to go before showtime. So hopefully you have a night before to set this up. This is how I rigged it. And you know, you can rent this or you can buy these. 65 bucks here, and I don't know how much this is, but it's from Silk Company and this is from Matthews Company. So you can buy or rent. But let me tell you about the technical end. The Sony I chose to use was very small and compact, so it could fit between a 12 by 12 truss. Now this has a funky model name. Here it is. HVR-A1U. So that's the model I used. Now the way I did the feed for the signal was I just used the proprietary wire it came with, and you know, I plugged in here for where it fits, and then of course the yellow video feed was all we needed. There was no sound, and then the RCA attachment going the coaxial to the projector, and it worked great. Two more things. The reason I chose this camera was because it comes with a remote. This is the sensor, this little Sony thing. So when it's upside down and kind of bent backwards, I had to sit off stage to where the remote would hit this little sensor. So I was just off the side of the stage, And I kind of talked to the chef ahead of time, and he said, you know, he's going to be here, he's going to be there, and it's easy to kind of watch how he does it. He starts out front and humoring the crowd with jokes about the Bush twins and things like that. Then he kind of comes behind and starts cooking, and so it's easy to see where he goes. Well, this remote, all I have is tight and wide, so I tightened in on the center, and then I widened out when he had to do other things, and I let him know he just had the 3 pots and pans, and that's all. So if he was cooking way over here on a circle thing, he had to bring that in the center, and he was really agreeable with that. And so it ended up really great. Now the other thing I did was I used AC current. So I just zip tied the power pack and the cord, and then ran an extension cord through the aluminum, and it was golden. We had a good time. They were happy. So I'm just doing this so that maybe you could use this idea or come up with a better one. If you come up with a better one, let me know. But I just came up with this in 3 days' notice. Take care. Chad Christensen, Chair Films.
I think they enjoyed it. I hope you did too.